Then let's get into this main event garbage. Main event garbage. Pereira, right? This guy has 5 MMA fights. Is that what it is? 5 MMA fights? 7-1. He's got eight MMA fights. And 1, 2, 3. Yep. He's got 4 UFC fights. 4-0 in the UFC. This guy's had 4 UFC fights. So he was 3-1 going into the UFC. 3-1 going into the UFC. Right? Hold on. Yeah. 6-1 being a championship fight. What an absolute joke. What an absolute joke. This guy had, 7 fights. He had 7 fights, and they gave him a title shot. 7 fights. In what world does a top sport athlete, they are able to come in with so little experience? Like, oh, we kickboxer. I don't care. It's a different sport. I don't care. He had 0 ground. Absolutely 0 ground. Adesanya schooled him on the ground. He had less than white belt ability on the ground. 1 stripe, maybe 1 stripe white belt. He had 1 stripe white belt. And he is in there fighting for the highest belt in the land against Adesanya, who's supposed to be the best middleweight fighter maybe ever. Oh, since Anderson Silva. Oh my God. Is any of it real? How is that even possible? How is it even possible? This guy has 0 ground. He's trying to get up, and he doesn't even know how to fight hands. Like, he loses to 90% of the rest of the weight class. They take him down pretty easily and control him, put him in the fence, put him on his butt. And you're telling me this guy beat Adesanya. He put up that much of a fight, saved by the bell in the 4th. It's a fun fight. I liked it. He's coming forward, but I've never been impressed with Izzy. He picks at the guys and runs away, picks and runs, win decisions. The guys who are fighting him don't move their heads, run in, and try to strike with him. Stupid. They don't ever try to feint, make him miss, and get to the clinch and take him down. Pereira showed better wrestling and ability to clinch and push Izzy around than any of the other guys who were supposed to be wrestlers or know some kind of wrestling. It's a joke. It's a joke. Unbelievable. And anybody who wants to be like, oh, well, Brock Lesnar, Brock Lesnar only had so many fights when he won. Well, guess what? Like, heavyweights, once again, Brock Lesnar was a great amateur wrestler, but he never won the Olympics. He didn't win worlds, and he fell out. He dropped out. He didn't make it in football. He wasn't good enough. He wasn't good enough to make a practice team in NFL, okay? He was not good enough of an athlete to be a professional football player on the practice squad. He wasn't good enough. He wasn't skilled enough as an athlete, but he was good enough to win a world title in less than 5 fights. Is that waking you up a little bit about the bullcrap? How much you're being robbed of what you should be able to watch? They're stealing from you. They're stealing from the fans. They're making you pay $70, $80 to fight bums who aren't good enough to play other sports. Because who the hell is fighting full contact fighting for that kind of garbage money when you could be doing anything else and making way more? Playing practice squad in the NFL, being a hockey player, playing basketball. Like real athletes. I don't know what to tell you. How many amazing fighters and fights have we had stolen from us because MMA isn't a free market? Because it's been monopolized by these greedy slime balls who control the rank, who control the title, who have these exclusive contracts, who've monopolized this and turned it into a reality show, keeping the majority of the money to themselves so that guys who have actual talent and ability don't want to touch it. Why would you come and play? Why would you come and fight and get elbowed in the face for garbage money when you can play with a ball? Does that make any sense? Do you guys understand that? Sorry, but you're telling me that if John Jones or Francis Ngannou were good enough of athletes to play pro football, that they wouldn't do it? Oh, no. I don't want millions of dollars a year. I don't want that. Ha, get out of here. That's lame. I want to get brain damage for peanuts. You really believe that? Are you people really that slow? Come on. I think my audience has high IQ. You guys are smart. You're listening to me. You got to be smart. It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. This isn't a terrible take, Roy. Roy's saying, I believe Pereira will have problems fighting guys like Robert Whitaker, who I believe can wrestle. Can, but he doesn't. He can wrestle, but he doesn't. He didn't even try. Did he take one single shot on Adesanya? Out of like the last 5 or 6 Adesanya fights I've seen, I've seen what? Like one takedown, one half-ass takedown. Everybody tries to box with him. Everybody tries to strike with him. He doesn't have one-punch KO power. He accumulates enough strikes over time to wear the guy's out. And I think that's, for some of them, part of the downfall, because they're getting powder puffed. Pop, pop, pop. I can take this. Pop, pop, pop. And then they keep thinking, I'm going to land the one. I'm going to land the one. I'm going to land the one. And they never do. And then they finally run into too many of those powder puffs. And it adds up. And Nick Diaz never had one punch KO power, but he would powder puff you to death. And I think that can be something that really messes you up when you're thinking, oh, I can take these. These aren't so bad. These aren't so bad. And then you've taken 60 of them, 60 knuckle sandwiches. Then it gets bad. Then your brain starts going like, hey, I'm tired. I'm sleepy. Roxy says Jones's brother made it to the NFL. Yep, 100%. That's probably where he gets the good gear from. Just saying. You think the NFL players are clean? Yeah. Got a bridge I want to sell you. I got a bridge. Maybe 2. Hamza Amir says, at least I respect boxing because they pay their best good money. They pay the best. They pay more on every level. There's that one. I showed that chart in the last show. There's that one 10 and 10 level at UFC, which gives a little bit of a boost, but that's only a small amount of guys. It's not everybody. Boxers make more money, not only because the promoters pay more, but also because there are more events and there are more opportunities for those guys to fight. You could fight 6 times in a year if you're a boxer. It's possible. They'll never allow that. UFC won't allow that. Some guys may get to fight a few times or more times, but it's just not really what's available in MMA. Interesting. Could be a rumor. Yes, you're right. They said, I heard that Brock had a temper issues and had outbursts on the field, so they cut him. Could be a rumor. Yeah, I don't think that's a problem. You're talking about there's players who have beat the shit out of their girlfriends and wives, who beat the shit out of coaches and other stuff, and they work it out. They figure it out. If you can play ball, they're gonna figure out a way. They're gonna figure out a way to get you on that field. If you're a valuable asset, you're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars. You're talking about big time competition, guys who really want to, good old boys who really want to win. They're not going to care about bad attitudes and outbursts. They're going to figure out a way to reel that in. And I like Brock. I'm a big fan of Brock. I like him. He was always a really nice guy. He always would say hi to me. He'd always walk over and say hi. He was always a super cool person. I really like him. I'm just making a point about the athletic ability of big guys and why would they perform a sport of any kind for less money than they have to? Doesn't add up. Doesn't add up. The Straight G Turo says, what do you think went wrong with Adesanya last night? Pereira is big. He's a big, strong guy. He's taller. He's longer. The advantages that Izzy usually has, he didn't have. And, you know, he doesn't have enough grappling skill to have exploited Pereira. If they fight again, if there's an immediate rematch, I want to put money on the fact that Izzy comes out and just takes him down the whole time, because Pereira's got nothing on his grappling and on his back. He's not going to do a damn thing. You take him down, he's done. Everybody sees it. Everybody sees it. So I'll fight Pereira tomorrow. I'll beat him. I'll take him down. You kidding me? I'll take him down. I can take him down for 5 rounds. No problem. And then he's going to gas. I'll probably finish him. Probably finish him in 3 because he's going to be so gassed from getting taken down. Sorry. I'm not in shape even, but I'd still win that fight. We would fight on next Saturday. I'd be ready. I'd still be ready.